EdTech Mondays Kenya is supported by the MasterCard Foundation Center for Innovative Teaching and Learning in partnership with EdTech East Africa.
Karibuni to a special edition of EdTech Mondays. Today you'll meet some amazing young people and an incredible organization that's making a difference for out-of-school youth. My name is 𝐊𝐿𝐿𝐵𝐿𝐵. I'm your moderator. Let's get started. A UNESCO report on SDG 4, which ensures inclusive and equitable quality education and promotes lifelong learning opportunities for all, indicates that close to 35% of Kenyan secondary school students will not complete their secondary school education by 2030. The research findings indicated that lack of school fees, cost of education, family background, and drug abuse contribute to this high rate of young people dropping out of school. These challenges can be daunting, and as such, many young learners are forced to discontinue formal learning. These students often then lack the necessary skills and opportunities to earn an income and lead decent and dignified lives. Despite these challenges, key organizations are working tirelessly to find alternatives for out-of-school youth, to find programs with vocational training and skill development in order to empower them for a brighter future. One such organization is NairoBits Trust, an EdTech organization determined to bring digital literacy skills to out-of-school youth aged 18 to 24 from underserved communities across Kenya through their digital literacy program. Founded in 1999, NairoBits is on a mission to prepare young people from low-income areas for high-impact careers in the tech space through digital skills training and professional integration with the labor market. Their digital learning program is a 16-week course offered in partnership with community-based hosting centers in the informal settlements of Nairobi, such as Kariobangi, Kangemi, and Machakos. Today, we've taken a trip to Kariobangi to one of their training centers where we'll have a chance to meet some of their instructors and students. Tell me, how did you hear about the digital literacy program?
Oh, I heard about this program from an alumni of NairoBits, studied here in 2017. And then when they posted that they needed more students for this cohort, he was like, okay, Milani should try this. Maybe it's going to work out for you. And I was like, okay. There I came for the interview and I passed.
Okay, so 8 weeks in, how has it been? How was your experience?
It's awesome. We get to learn new stuff, new things we didn't learn. We didn't study computer in high school. So when we studied here, it's nice. Especially for us, the girls, it's really awesome.
It's been an easy journey. We've learned a lot. For some of us came here when they didn't know how to operate the computer. But then at least now we are on the same page and we are aspiring to make better things using ICT. Yeah.
How have you found the content? Has it been harder than you expected? Is it new? What's it been like just to engage with all this digital information?
It's fun, actually. We actually thought it was hard at first, but when we started learning it, it started being fun, and we make the class lively and everything, and it's just fun. And then when you study at a fun place, at fun environment, it's easy to learn.
Yeah, fantastic. So what do you hope in a few months when you're finished with this program, what do you hope to do next?
There's another program called MP. So when you're from here, you advance, that is advanced multimedia program. Yeah, so there you go get some new skills like coding and creating of websites and all that, so that you can partner with this. Yeah.
When you look at your future, what do you think the ideal job for your newfound skills will be? What are you hoping for yourself?
I hope to be a designer and a coder, maybe a web developer. Yeah, I like to design stuff and maybe business cards, posters. Like I pass through town and I see posters. I'm like, I would like to do this one time.
So designs by Milan.
Yeah, exactly.
In the future, coming to you soon.
Yeah, you should hope for it.
So as a student now in the Advanced Multimedia program means you've completed the digital learning program, the first phase of the NairoBits program. What motivated you to continue on to this next step?
First, it was because I saw an opportunity whereby I really wanted to learn on how to code. So I saw this as an opportunity that I've been waiting for. So I took the advantage while I had that there was a chance to start the multimedia program at NairoBits. yeah, that's what motivated me.
Right, okay. So how are you finding this in comparison to the DLP? How have these 3 months been for you so far?
The 3 months have been actually very good and nice. I've been able to interact with a lot of new people whom have impacted me with a lot of new ideas. And I can say that this has enabled me to not only study about coding, but also to gain some skills on my communication skills with other people. And also, has given me an opportunity to socialize with other students and also engage in a hackathons that has enlightened me to continue with coding career.
And when you see yourself maybe 5 or 10 years down in the future, what do you see for yourself?
I see myself as a very good and a full stack web developer that will be running various projects in the country and, God willing, outside globally.
Digital marketing.
NairoBits employs alumni of their programs to teach at their training centers across Kenya.
Act of promoting and selling products and services.
Join me as we meet one such alumni and hear their story about why it was so important to come back and train the next generation of techies right here at NairoBits. Vincent, thank you for being with us today. Please introduce yourself and where you work.
Thank you for having me. My name is Vincent Opeto. I'm a professional software developer with about 7 years of experience. And here at NairoBits, I'm an instructional designer, I'm a tutor, and a mentor.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about your journey with NairoBits. How did you come to the program?
Oh, fabulous is how I'd describe the journey. I knew NairoBits back in 2016. I was living in the slums, that is in Kariobangi. I knew NairoBits through a friend, applied, went through the interview and the intake process all. I was enrolled, got lucky, because the intake takes, it's quite competitive also. The opportunity, everybody wants the opportunity. So got a chance to be enrolled as a student, and fortunate enough, I was a student at this center. So I started learning, introduced to computer, of course. I was introduced to graphic design, digital marketing, and online work. I got a chance to go to the next level, which was Digital Garage, where we advanced the skills that we got from the first level. The Digital Garage, we advanced graphic design and presentation skills, and also we learned web development and also app development. Then after the 3 months, we got to move to the third level, which was called Media Lab during those days. And Media Lab also took 3 months in class and 3 months internship. So with Media Lab is where we got to specialize. Do you want to be a graphic designer or do you want to be a software developer? Now, my passion was, of course, to be a software developer. So I went that path. So after the 3 months in class, after learning how to code different languages, both back-end and front-end, I went to the market where I got employed by Sticks Company Limited. It was located at Riadha House in Kilimani, Nairobi. Yeah, so the whole journey has been fabulous and fantastic.
I mean, in many ways, your story is what I think the program was designed to do, which is to give real-life applicable skills and then opportunities for employment and developing a career.
True, true.
What inspired you to come back as an instructor?
Being raised in the ghetto, in the slums, I feel like giving back to the community is the word that, the whole idea that gave me this interest of giving back to the society. I understand the pain of not having the opportunity. And also, I also have OCD, so I think I can teach better. So why not come back and teach?
Why not? Fantastic. Yeah. And how's your experience been as an instructor?
So far, so good. I'd say it's amazing because it teaches you how to deal with that different generation.
And when you are meeting these young cohort of students, tell me what your aspirations are for them. What do you hope their future opportunities might be?
I want them to change the narratives from their backgrounds. Most of them, when they come here, they tell you stories of how their families are. And now I think giving them this opportunity to learn should change their narratives back at home. So that keeps me going and keeps me inspiring them more.
And to other young people who are still maybe, hearing about NairoBits or other programs and not sure, what would you say to young people out there who could benefit from an opportunity like this?
NairoBits is the place to be. It's sponsored. It's literally a place to be and change your history, your career, and everything. Simply because it takes a short time to complete this course. Two, it's not expensive compared to other institutions. Here we only have to pay commitment fee just to show that you're interested and ready to learn. But other institutions, you'll be charged to just complete this course.
After hearing about the inner workings of NairoBits' program, one might ask, how have they kept up with the changing tech landscape over the last 25 years? For that, we got a chance to sit down with NairoBits Executive Director Wanjugu Magdalene to hear about their transformative journey. Good afternoon, Magdalene. Thank you so much for being with us today. Please introduce yourself for our listeners so they can learn who you are and what you do.
Okay. Thank you so much for having me. My name is Magdalene Wanjugu, and I'm the Executive Director at NairoBits Trust, an organization that works with young people using technology to help them socio-economically. Thank you.
Fantastic. How long have you been with NairoBits?
I have been with NairoBits for the last 7 years. And it's been a great journey just seeing how young people get transformed by having the access to technology-related courses.
Fantastic. So NairoBits, is this a big year for the company, the organization? You're celebrating 25 years of impact.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about the founding story and how NairoBits came to be in the first place.
So, yeah, we're pretty excited because we've been there for now 25 years, which is a big milestone for NairoBits. NairoBits was founded in 1999 and by young women they were young then, from the Netherlands. And this was an opportunity of using creative media for young people from underserved communities to actually express themselves. And so it started as a way of getting young people from underserved communities, or what we call the informal settlements, to express themselves through creative ways and to change the mindset of how they view themselves, but also how other people view young people from their certain backgrounds. And so it started with just photography training and putting the photographs in a creative way. But then they noticed that there was a lot of potential in these young people. And with the screening of the first photos that they did at the Museum of Kenya, they actually saw the potential of these young people to actually do something with their life. And it also changed the mindset of these young people on what they were capable of. And that started off NairoBits because they had a background in tech and design, where they started a curriculum and enrolled the first group of 20 young people who were coming from informal settlements, Mathare, Mukuru, and the likes. And that set off NairoBits with the registration, a curriculum, and the first name was NairoBits School of Design, majoring a lot on design. And it later morphed into working with community-based organizations for recruitment and also to offer a support mechanism for these young people. Yeah.
So it's hard to summarize 25 years of input, but if you look back and reflect, what would you say has been the greatest impact over these 25 years of NairoBits?
The greatest impact has been the transformation. I think for me, when I joined NairoBits 7 years ago, it was very enlightening to see young people who had come from the backgrounds that they had come from and were now working for big tech companies. And their story was that they had gotten to work for those companies with the NairoBits diploma and competing, in spaces with young people who are graduating from universities with degree courses such as computer science, And I think for me, the biggest success that we've had in the 25 years has been the transformation for young people who would otherwise have ended up in other negative spaces or other negative or having another negative life. You know, looking at crime, addiction, and all that. Another milestone has been to scale the program to other regions. While, as the name suggests, NairoBits, we definitely started in Nairobi, but we have now moved to other counties. We're in Kisumu, Mombasa, Machakos, but also looking to expand to Kwale, Garissa, Nanyuki, and many other regions in the country. And so for us, I think in 25 years, we have managed to change the lives of hundreds of thousands of young people to move from the threat of poverty to actually gainful and sustainable employment, and not just for themselves, but also impacting the communities which they come from.
So I'm curious to know and understand how NairoBits has continued to adapt and evolve and meet the challenges of the current EdTech landscape.
Yes, it's true that we are in a sector that is quite diverse and changes. You know, it's very dynamic. And what we've done is that from the very onset, when NairoBits was founded, it was at the time when, you know, technology was just starting to get into the country, and you know, that time opportunities were around web design and web development. But then we see things have been changing a lot with now we're talking about AI and machine learning. And what we've done is to ensure that our curriculum is adaptable to the changing needs of the market. And so for that, we've always ensured that we're able to integrate what is new into the curriculum, but then also ensure that our training entails a way that the young people are inspired to continue learning by themselves. So it's very project-based. It's also very in tune with the current changing technological space, because at the end of it, we're talking about young people getting into the global space, not just the local space.
So as you think about the next 25 years and you think about the partners, the potential students, the communities that are around, you know, this program, what would you say to them about what NairoBits wants to aspire to do in the next chapter, and how they can maybe come on board and take part in your work?
The next 25 years means growth, means expanding on job opportunities, means on really working hard to bridge the digital divide. It includes reaching out to more marginalized groups and transformation. Actually, our tagline is educate, which is provide access to high quality, higher level education. Innovate, that we do not only want to provide education, but also provide a space that young people can identify their talent and their capabilities, and innovate and contribute to solutions, you know, at a national and a global level, and then transform that everything that we do, there has to be transformation for the young people as well as the communities that they come from. And so that will be our guiding mantra for the next, hopefully maybe for the next 25 years. But we're really hoping to grow.
Thank you so much for being with us, for sharing, you know, more of the NairoBits story, but also for the incredible impact you're having across Kenya. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having us, and thank you.
On to the next 25.
Yes, on to the next 25.
Hearing from Magdalene gave us valuable insight into the unique approach NairoBits takes in empowering its learners. It's truly inspiring to learn how they leverage alumni as instructors, bringing real-world experience into the classroom. So Maxwell, thank you so much for joining us today. Let me start by asking you to introduce yourself, your name, what you do here at NairoBits.
My name is Olingo Maxwell, and I'm the web developer trainer here at NairoBits. I've been working with NairoBits since 2022.
Fantastic. So tell us a little bit about your life post the program. You know, when you finished as an alumni, what did you go on to do next?
First of all, I got a job at a company in town. Then later on, I got a call from Martin, who is currently my supervisor, asking me to come around and help with training. I didn't know that that was my path towards training. After a few months, I found myself loving the job and I had to accept it. So I've been training here since 2022.
Fantastic. Wow. So you were a student and now a teacher, just like that.
Just like that, yeah.
So you joined the organization in 2022. What's motivated you to continue and to stay on?
What motivated me was the urge to change lives. I was looking for something I could do in order that I can change lives. So if I train somebody and I give that person a skill, eventually that skill is going to run a long term. And then at the end of it all, I've saved that person's life. Yeah.
What are some of the impacts you're seeing amongst your students in the last 2 years, the students that you've had a chance to teach?
I've seen my students grow into good people and probably one of the best people around in the country. Why do I say so? They get to join big companies like, some of them have even gone to the East African community to work there as developers. Apart from that, I see them interact with big people, which makes me happy and proud.
Fantastic. When you look ahead and your current students even, what are the dreams and aspirations that you have for the current students here?
For the current students here, my dream is for them to understand literally and absorb everything we teach them. You know, we teach them a lot of things. Not only do we teach them web development and graphic design, there are also other sub-programs that we teach them. So my dream is always that they get to understand what we are teaching them and absorb fully. Apart from that, my dream is to see them join big companies and also do great work in the future. Yeah.
So the advanced multimedia program is more complicated and more technical than the digital literacy program. So tell us how you see the difference between the two programs.
First of all, you see at the DLP level, you're just introduced to some basic stuff. You don't get the chance to go into detail. But when you come here, you get the chance to get deep and also get into detail. And also, the skills that we teach here are more advanced and practical.
Okay, and it's a longer program, so they have a bit more time for practice. So what does that 9-month allow them to do?
Not only do they get to gain knowledge towards the theory side, but also get to learn the practical side. And how do they learn the practical side? They learn the practical side by building current real-world projects that are existing. That's like cloning. So if you have the ability to build a program that is already working, then that means that it's easier for you to go develop more robust projects that will serve other people.
Hearing from our NairoBits alumni gives us a sense of the transformative journey these individuals have experienced. Their stories of growth and success are truly inspiring. As we wrap up our time here, we're reminded of the impact education can have on one's life. But it's not just about the lessons learned. It's about the connections made and the community built. So if you were to talk to some of the young people who are currently in the DLP program or other young people who are just curious about digital literacy programs, these kind of EdTech opportunities, what would you say to other young people?
I would advise them to first set their minds. If they don't have anything to do, IT offers a great opportunity. They should not just be seated. They need to get into the field because these are skills that you can just learn. It's not a matter of grades or what you got from your high school experience or whatever. You just need to have your laptop and your net and it's all done.
We should take this opportunity because NairoBits is giving us a big opportunity, more so for the ladies. Like when you see youths coming from high school, they don't have anything. You can just enroll, you can learn many things, and then we give back to the society with these skills and we can earn something.
Don't be scared, just do it. Yeah, because a lot of people are maybe scared that it's going to be hard course, but it's not actually hard. It's actually so easy, especially with this environment. It's so easy.
Hearing from our students reminds us of the importance of education and empowerment. Even though organizations like NairoBits does amazing work, they can't do it alone. If you know an out-of-school youth, you can connect them to one of their many centers across Kenya. That's the one thing you can do today to make a difference. Thank you for joining us for another inspiring edition of EdTech Mondays. We would love to hear from you. You can reach us on X at EdTechEAfrica or text us your feedback to 20686 using the hashtag EdTech Mondays. As always, our thanks to Ms. Rose Omolo, our sign language interpreter. My name is 𝐊𝐿𝐵𝐿𝐵 Piper. It's been my pleasure to be your moderator. See you next month.
EdTech Mondays Kenya is supported by the MasterCard Foundation Center for Innovative Teaching and Learning in partnership with EdTech East Africa.